Welcome back to the channel, good friends. The shop manager and I would like to show you, in case you haven't seen it already, the DIY details. Go ahead, you relax. I'll take care of this. Go ahead. The DIY details clay towel. Now, this towel is a little different than some that I've used, and I keep this plastic box that it came in to store it, rolled up. We'll go over cleaning and drying and how to restore it. But first, let me show you this. Again, this is the DIY Detail Quad Fold Towel. Great for decontamination of cars that you're prepping for protection and also cars that are already protected. The clay towel has these 4 sections of synthetic material that does the work of a clay bar, but is not abrasive as such. Right out of the box, easily folds into 4s, and that's exactly why it's made that way, so you have 4 sections to work with. So, this is a brand new towel. These last pretty long. It has these sort of 1980s football jersey material on the back here, the mesh. And the synthetic clay on the front is also designed in a mesh look. Who remembers back in the day when the 80s football jerseys were a mesh like this? Anyways, we want to break it in first if it's a new towel. I don't break mine in on paint, I break it in on glass, and it's the only time you're going to use, well, excuse me. It's the only time you're going to use pressure with this towel. Let's get started. By the way, I have a couple other examples of some of the older designs. These are worn out, of synthetic clay, both on kind of foam hand blocks. Different designs of the material, however. We also use this in prep of paint protection film. Even after the wash and decon process, when we're ready to do the film after it's been plotted, the car's been sitting maybe for a couple hours after the film has been plotted and it's ready to go, we're going to clay it one more time with this, and this is what we use. And I'll show you what I use for that. But first, let's break in the towel. So this thing has been washed. I'm just going to grab my wash towel, mitt, out of the bucket once again, and there is no dedicated clay lube used in this method and with this towel. Water is a great natural lubricant. DIY suds or any shampoo of your liking is an even better lubricant. So I'll take the towel out and I'll use it to decontaminate the glass, which it's a great tool to do so, and also break in the towel using some decent pressure here. And you won't see me go like this, you won't see me go like that. I will take my hand and spread it out and kind of get an even pressure zone from the towel onto the surface, so we're not causing any type of unnecessary marring. I'll flip it over and do more glass with the other side. And I will continue to flip the towel and break in every one of these sections. And then rinse. Okay, the towel's broken in. Time to decontaminate the paint, and that is after a proper wash, either with the bucket and a hose or pressure washer and your foam cannon, or the rinse less, not completely rinseless, but rinse less method. Both are perfectly fine to clean the paint of grittiness, light dust, pollen, light dirt before we decon it. So let's say it has been washed. First, let's go by the old-fashioned bucket and mitt, multiple mitt method. It's still wet. So what I'll do is I'll work a panel at a time. I'll take the wash mitt, get some soap on there. I'll have the clay towel here folded in 4, and I'll find a place across my palm with my finger spread out, and I'll get it on there. And with, not, how can I get that? I don't want to be aggressive. I want to have enough pressure on the towel that it slices away contaminants from the surface. I don't want too much pressure that it scratches or mars the surface. Even though this doesn't have abrasives in it, if you do this improperly, there is a chance on soft clear that it could be lightly marred. But in straight lines here, I'm just going to go from top to bottom and decon this door. All right. When that panel is done, I'll start from the top, work my way to the bottom so this stuff runs down. Sorry, little girl. I know you want to help. There you go, sit down there. Silky smooth, guys, silky smooth. Okay, let's move on to a different method. Say you have used the rinse less wash method. Car is now clean. Rinse it out so it's damp, not dripping wet. Squeeze the towel. So we have a little of this running down the side of the vehicle. Now there's plenty of the rinseless wash concentrate in there. I already would have my towel soaking in there. I have it folded into 4. And here's another way to decon. Straight lines all the way down through to the bottom. One panel at a time. Now, you could either rinse it, or you can have your drying towel nearby and just dry it from there. Another way to do it. Another way to do it. Take the rinseless wash concentrate, another way to do it, take the folded towel, the rinseless wash concentrate, mist it into the towel, right in the center of the door here. I'll quick hit it. Connect the 2, decontaminate from there. Plenty of lubrication. You can do a couple panels with the product we have on the towel. And you can either rinse or dry from there. Okay, the next way to use the clay towel. Ferrous metals. They come from the braking systems. They come from rail cars. They come from shipping vehicles back and forth on the trailers behind tractor trailers. They come from being near airports. When they're on the dealer lot, they can be embedded by ferrous metals. So to decontaminate from ferrous metals, you can use whatever you want. I have the DIY iron remover in my hands, and this is how we remove ferrous metals and decontaminate that from paint. When the ferrous metal comes out from your braking system while you're hitting the brakes, it can land on the paint, scalding hot, and it just embeds into the clear coat, and it'll stick in there until you remove it. It's not coming out by itself. So one way to do that is hit the middle of the door like that, hit one side of the synthetic clay towel, put them together, get them right together here, and start to decon those areas that could have ferrous metals. I like to really take my time with this step, let that chemical get in there and do its job removing the ferrous metals. And then from here, again, one panel at a time from top to bottom. You can just dry it using your drying towels. I like to rinse and then dry. I'll bring you up here and show you something. Just slow sheeting. I wanted to show you that for a reason, because now we're going to switch over to cars that are already protected with whatever, wax sealant coating, preferably a coating, because this would be a great way to maintain long-term protection. Even film, even paint protection film, which is what we do here. The car has been washed. No need to dry, you can if you want to. I like it still dripping wet, and what I'm going to do, should have been wearing the gloves through the process, but make sure you have some PPE, take care of yourself. Skin is one of the largest absorbent organs on your body. We're going to need it for this step. I am going to protect and decontaminate at the same time. So the car comes in, it's been protected. Let's say it's been coated or it has PPF. It's been washed, it's still a little damp, it's still wet. I'm going to take DIY's ceramic gloss, one spray onto the door, one spray into the towel, put them both together and put them to work. Again, I'm not going to be in a rush for this process, but this is water activated protection here with the ceramic gloss. So I'll do the whole door and I'll start from panels at the top of the vehicle, work my way down, evenly decon the door, and you can either from there dry it, or since it's water activated, no harm in rinsing it. And now it is decontaminated, smooth, silky smooth, and protected, or maintained, or topped. And the ceramic gloss is a great product on its own. It works wonderful with the coatings that we use here. What used to be the blue collar line, which is now not labeled, and anything else we decide to use in the shop here to protect the vehicles. We use that for a topper. Works great. This door was not protected, slow sheeting, and after a very, very quick decon and decon topper, stages and steps put together into one. Well, it sure has protection now. And that's just the product on its own. Time to care for your towel. Care for it, it'll last longer. Get the most out of it, the bang for your buck. I'll just take it out, hold it in my hand, and all four sides, with the nozzle about a foot or further away from the synthetic material. And I will just keep flipping until all sides are clean and ready to decontaminate and make the next car silky smooth. You don't want to roll it up and put it away in its container soaking wet, do you? Let me show you how to dry it. To care for your towel, one thing you want to do is avoid the old wring it out twisting method. That will ruin the material. So lay the material out like this on top of a drying towel. Start to roll it up as tight as you can get it after it's all nice and spread out. And there, you squeeze once you have the whole towel rolled up. No twisting, squeeze. Roll it back out, towel's dry, time to store it. Now, when you want to store it, let me get the package up here and get it ready. It's right here. Same thing it was shipped in. Take it and roll it up with the material facing upwards. And roll it tight. When you're rolling it this way, you're not rolling the synthetic material against each other, which it could, when it dries out, stick together and then could ruin the material or give you a hell of a time unrolling it or unfolding it. You store it like this. You just pull it out of its container and you get to work. And since I have a pegboard, it just gets hung up by this little flap here, and it waits for its turn to get back to work. That's all there is to it, guys. Simple and very effective. That will do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have figured out other ways to utilize the clay towel, synthetic clay towel, mention it down below in the comment section. By the way, if you have a favorite channel, the DIY detailing channel, maybe mine, maybe somebody else's, don't forget, subscribe and interact with the channel. When you hit that notification bell, it is no more a promise and a feature where you're notified of all the channels you're subscribed to and notification bell hit when there's new content coming out. You now have to interact with that channel with a thumbs up and a comment, and then YouTube's algorithm will remember you and remember me and put us together once again for future content. So remember that. So if this video was entertaining or helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up or a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.